بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذ قالت امرأة عمران رب إني نذرت لك ما في بطني محررا فتقبل مني إنك أنت السميع العليم صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Respected listeners, last night we had talked about the auspicious Surah Maryam, and we talked about the story of Maryam alayha salam, what type of woman she was, what type of tribulation and test she was put through, and how Allah Azza wa Jal protected her and purified her and showed her innocence to everybody that was around. And last night I also mentioned that was the end story of Maryam alayha salam. Her origins and her beginnings are even more interesting. But lack of time, we said we will mention the end part yesterday and beginning part we will mention today, inshallah. This came in a previous surah, but inshallah, nevertheless, لا يخلو عن الفائدة. It is full of great benefit for all of us, inshallah. So, Surah Ali Imran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the family of a man by the name of Imran. And Imran, who was he? He was a man, a very righteous and pious person, and he was the caretaker of their local masjid, the place where they used to worship. Imran was the caretaker, and he would look after all of the affairs. As he is getting older, he's aging. Now they're worried, him and his wife, Hanna alayhi salam, radiyallahu anha. They are worried that now, once Imran is going to leave this world, we are going to leave this world, we're getting old, and our time is very limited in this earth. Few days, few months, few years maybe are remaining for us. What have we left behind? What is left for our community? What is left for our generations? What is left for our future? So they had this in mind, and they hoped for offspring. They hoped for children. They hoped that Allah will bless them with children to, insha'Allah, inherit the good sifat and good qualities and the tawheed and everything which they had left behind. So what happened next? Hanna alayha salam radiyallahu ta'ala anha, she is expecting a child. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about her story, what she said when she understood that she is expecting. إِذْ قَالَتِ امْرَأَةُ عِمْرَانَ, when the wife of Imran said, رَبِّ إِنِّي نَذَرْتُ لَكَ مَا فِي بَطْنِي, I have taken this oath and this vow, that whatever is in my stomach, مُحَرَّرًا, it is freed and devoted and it's dedicated for you. Whatever child is going to be blessed, we've already decided it's dedicated for you. We've given the child in your khidmat. Khidmat for your deen, khidmat for your homes, khidmat for the makhlooq. This child is given for you already. Imagine, already her intentions, already her du'as, even before the child was born. Subhanallah. There was an incident mentioned, one of the pious predecessors, one of the great ulama of the past, one of their students, she was expecting. So she came to the shaykh and she said, can you please make dua for me and also tell me what duas should I be making for my child? I know it's very early still, the baby is not even born. You probably think I'm crazy that I'm pregnant and I'm already asking you for what duas that I'm supposed to be making, right? So what did the shaykh and what did the great alim of that time, what did he tell her? He said, forget being early. You're 6 months expecting, you're 6 months late. The du'as are supposed to be even before. The fikr and the niyat, that's supposed to be from even before. So look how they made this a very, very special and auspicious thing. Whatever is in my stomach, فَتَقَبَّلْ مِنِّي إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. So now understand that usually, okay, if Imran, he's the caretaker of the masjid, he is the imam, he's running all of the affairs. So now this child that's going to be born, which one could undertake the affairs of the masjid usually? Male or female? Male. So they're expecting, we made our niyat, we made our intention. Inshallah, Allah is going to bless us with a male offspring and He's going to be the caretaker for the future generations. فَلَمَّا وَضَعَتْهَا, when she delivered and gave birth to this child, قَالَتْ رَبِّ إِنِّي وَضَعْتُهَا أُنْثَى. She said, Ya Allah, O my Lord, I have given birth to a female. I have given birth to a girl. وَلَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنْثَى. The male is not like the female. This is a special case. This is a different case. Right? So the first thing that they were worried about is that this child is a female. But subhanallah, Allah is going to show them that this female is more virtuous than many, many males combined and put together. So this notion must escape from our minds. We must bury this notion. You know, that if it's a boy, MashaAllah, Subhanallah, shower with gifts. And if it's a girl, Astaghfirullah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. As if it's a calamity. It's not a calamity. It's a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He was the father of girls. He was the father of ladies. You make their tarbiyah, you give them a good upbringing. How much reward you get? You'll be a companion with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Jannah, inshaAllah. Somebody told me they had a daughter. Allah blessed them with a daughter. So the grandparents, they came and mashallah, you know, grandparents were very excited. You know, my son has had or son and daughter have had a child. MashaAllah, let's go and see what happened. They kept it a secret. They didn't tell anyone what the gender was. So finally when they came in, they said, Mom and Dad, MashaAllah, your grandpa, your grandma, Allah has blessed you with a granddaughter. Allah has given us a daughter. Allah has made for you a granddaughter. So what did the parents say? It's okay, beta, next time inshallah. Not mashallah, not barakallahu feekum, not may Allah give long life and afiyat and I'm so happy for you. What dua did he inshallah next time, beta. So this is the wrong notion that we must, this is something that we need to take out of our minds. Children, whether it's male, whether it's female, these are gifts from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Appreciate and respect and be happy and make the most of what Allah gives us. So going back to the story of Maryam alayha salam, she grew up and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions a few of the miracles that she had, Maryam alayha salam. This child that was born, it became Maryam alayha salam, the one which we were talking about last night. Imagine, the whole surah in the Quran is named after her. And what did she lead to? She led to the birth of Isa alayhi salam. This woman and this man, Imran and Hanna, right? According to some Mufassirin, they were not even Anbiya. These are not even prophets. But look at their intentions, their piety, their du'as. Allah made out of them, from their intentions and from their niyat and from their sincerity and ikhlas, Allah made Anbiya come from their progeny. Subhanallah. Look at that. Usually the progeny of Anbiya, Yaqub, Ismail, Ishaq, Ibrahim, Allah blessed them with Anbiya coming from their progeny. And what happens next? فَتَقَبَّلَهَا رَبُّهَا بِقَبُولٍ حَسَنٍ. Allah gave her tremendous acceptance. وَأَنْبَتَهَا نَبَاتًا حَسَنًا. Allah gave her a beautiful and an excellent upbringing. وَكَفَّلَهَا زَكَرِيَّا. Zakaria alayhi salam, he was the kafil, he was the caretaker. He's the one that took her under his wing. Imagine, a Nabi of Allah is taking care of Maryam alayhi salam. كُلَّمَا دَخَلَ and look at the relationship here. كُلَّمَا دَخَلَ عَلَيْهَا زَكَرِيَّا الْمِحْرَابِ وَجَدَ عِنْدَهَا رِزْقًا قال يا مريم أنى لك هذا. Every time Zakaria alayhi salam would enter the room upon Maryam alayhi salam, he would find that Maryam alayhi salam, she has sustenance. She's eating the fruits outside of the season. You know what that means? Fruits outside of the season means it's not grape season. There's nowhere that you could get these things from. And she's eating them contently. So nicely she's eating the grapes. Where did they come from? Anna laki hada. Zakaria alayhi salam comes inside. He says, Ya Maryam, where did you get this? Where is this from? It's not even season. Where did these things come from? Imagine Zakaria alayhi salam, he's not eating the grapes. Maryam alayhi salam is eating the grapes. And what does she say? Subhanallah, look at this young child, young girl. قالت هي من عند الله إن الله يرزق من يشاء بغير حساب. These fruits are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah grants sustenance to whomever He wills. بغير حساب. Without any accountability, without any reckoning. And at this point what happens? هنالك دعا زكريا ربه. When Zakaria alayhi salam saw this, when he saw the piety of Maryam alayhi salam, it was at this point he made dua. هنالك دعا زكريا ربه قال ربي هب لي من لدنك ذرية طيبة. He said, Ya Allah, give me a good pious offspring. This is what pious offspring looks like. This is the pleasure that it brings to the heart. This is the pleasure that it brings in the coolness of our eyes, to see our children talking the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying that the sustenance comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is giving them and blessing them with these miracles. I also want children now. So that's what inspired Zakaria alayhi salam to make dua to want children. And who did Allah bless Zakaria alayhi salam with? Yahya alayhi salam. So look at the chain. From one intention, one act of piety, one secret statement that Hannah and her husband Imran, deep inside of their hearts, they were making these du'as. Deep in their hearts, they were making these intentions. Look at the domino effect. Maryam alayhi salam comes about. Zakaria alayhi salam is taking care of her. Isa alayhi salam is eventually born. Yahya alayhi salam is eventually born. All of this from that one act of devotion. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He grants us all the tawfiq and the ability, inshaAllah, to understand the importance and the impact that these sincere intentions can have. Wallahi, it's so important. Sometimes we live life very, very fast. Quickly, this thing, next thing, next thing, next thing. Wallahi, if we just take 5-10 seconds even, just correct your intentions, see what difference it will make in your life. Just 10 seconds. Ya Allah, I'm doing this only for your pleasure. Simple, finish. You're calling your parents. You're checking up on your family members. You're going to do it anyway. If you just do it, okay, quickly call. Assalamu alaikum, how are you? Okay, finish everything fast, fast, fast. There's not much effect inside of there. But if you take 15 seconds, Ya Allah, I'm doing this for your pleasure. لِوَجْهِكَ الْكَرِيمِ. I'm doing this because it's a sunnah of your beloved Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ya Allah, you make the fruits. Let me see the fruits of this amal in this dunya and in the next. Then you do that amal. See how that action is going to take you up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How it will make you feel. How it will increase your iman. These are things, inshaAllah, that we should practice in the month of Ramadan. May Allah accept from us all. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.